p.m. Great to have you with us, everybody. I'm Dave O'Brien alongside the Hall of Famer Dick Vitale. Thanks so much for being with us. We're expecting a raucous environment for Purdue and Indiana. And Dickie V, you know, this is an Indiana team that early in the season looked like maybe a Final Four entry. They've suffered a lot of injuries. How important would be a win tonight for them?
You know, Obi, you and I sat here when they beat North Carolina. This place was so alive. Right now, they're in a must situation to win. If the NCAA is their dream and goal, they got to get some W's. They're 5-6 right now in the conference. They got to win on their home floor. Right now,
Joe Lunardi says they are in one of the last four in the tournament, along with Seton Hall, Syracuse, and Arkansas. So we shall see. This is huge now tonight. They get their top scorer, James Blackman Jr., back. He has missed the last 3 games because of a lower leg injury, averaging 18 points a game, an outstanding three-point man, and one of the best scorers in the Big Ten.
Well, let me put this on record right now. There's a lot of people here I met today. They're restless. The natives going wild. They're a little upset. But let's be real. Tom Crean has had an injured club. Anytime you lose a guy like Anunoby, you lose Blackman for games. It's got to affect you. This is not football where you got so many bodies. You lose a key component of your team, you're going to suffer. I will say this. I will say it once. I will say it again. Tom Crean can coach. He's a beautiful guy. He represents young people in a positive way. And the Hoosier faithful should be excited to have a Tom Crean on their sideline.
Indiana coming in at 15-9, 5-6 in the Big Ten. Purdue overall at 19-5, 8-3 in the Big Ten. Maybe tough to catch Wisconsin the way the Badgers have played.
Well, the only loss the Badgers have was to Purdue. Purdue had that great road win against a quality Maryland team, nipped them. I think we're also looking at a potential player of the year in Caleb Swanigan. He's had that kind of year, but doesn't get nearly the publicity of Hart, Mason, and company, Alonzo Ball.
Well, he's averaging 19 points, 13 rebounds per game. He can really shoot it. And immediately Indiana turns it over. Boilermakers coming in ranked number 16.
Swanigan's had 20 double-doubles, has 4 games, 20 points, and 20 rebounds. That's unheard of.
He gives it up immediately on the wing here to Matthias, another guy who can stick that three. This is a really, really talented shooting team. Edwards jumping into the lane, had to give it up. Shot clock down to 5. Matthias off the front of the iron. Indiana comes away with it. We'll see how that knee reacts now for Blackman, how effective he is off the window immediately in a miss.
Tenacious defense right there in the first possession by Indiana. They made them struggle. They challenged the perimeter shooting. You're right, Obi. They shoot 42% from the 3. 4th in the nation, Purdue shooting the 3 ball.
I mean, up and down guys who can really stick it. That's also true of Indiana. On the swing here, Swanigan. Look out for him beyond the three-point line on occasion, despite the fact he's 6'9".
Shooting 50%.
Gets in close, that rolls off the iron. He'll take the foul. Just getting started as we give you a look at Matt Painter in his 12th year for Purdue. A victory tonight gives him his 9th 20-win season in his first 12 years at his alma mater.
Well, his alma mater played for the great Gene Cady. Did a tremendous job taking over here. He's got a lot of pride and passion and love for the school. Loves his Boilermakers.
Swanigan really improved at the foul line, makes the first.
Yeah, he went up from last year, shot about 60-some% in the 80s now.
And he's in outstanding shape. That has really contributed to his candidacy, not only for Big Ten Player of the Year, but National Player of the Year.
I absolutely agree with you. I think he's definitely got to be considered for a National Player of the Year honors.
Johnson slamming on the brakes, but he also is traveling with it.
You know, Swanigan originally committed to Michigan State. Talk about a player changing the program. Can you imagine Swanigan hooking up with Bridges together and the Spartans? And by the way, never count Thomaso out. I know a lot of people that got blown out by Michigan. Don't count them out potentially in the NCAA tournament.
Swanigan lets fly. That one off the back of the iron. That'll trigger a fast break for the Hoosiers. And for several games, they were missing, 29 points, 10 rebounds a game. And how about that move by Blackman?
I'll tell you, Blackman looked right there. That was terrific body control. When I say Michigan State, I mean don't count them out getting into the NCAA tournament. I'm talking about winning national titles. Boy, Blackman really looked tough in that drive.
Edwards trying to shred the D and knocks it down in a blocking foul. He'll be at the line.
Oh, but you and I did the game. When you think about Notre Dame and Purdue, the fact Edwards came off the bench, he had lost his starting role, and now he's back starting again, and he's such an important part. He passes well, he shoots, he can drive the basketball.
Thomas Bryant picking up his first foul. 3-point play there by Vincent Edwards. The junior out of Ohio averages about 11 points per game. Indiana can be so dangerous beyond that 3-point line.
Yeah, both these teams can shoot the three.
Knocked out of the sky by Swanigan. He gets his first block. That one intended for Edwards, able to save it on the side. Swanigan wanting the ball down low. This is going to be a huge matchup. Him against Bryant tonight, and he beats him there.
I'll tell you one thing, he's got a lot of ways he could score. You saw the little move going to his left. Terrific little jump shooter on the inside. He's got medium range. He can step out, as you said earlier, shooting 50% from the three. Not taking a lot of threes, but he's made them at a 50% rate.
So across the board, I mean, that resume screams All-American for Caleb Biggie Swanigan.
Well, there should be an investigation if he's not a first-team All-American.
Newkirk has really been lighting it up here in recent days. Last 2 games, 22 against Wisconsin, 27 against Penn State.
You just beat me to the punch. I was ready to roll with that. I mean, my guy beat me to the punch. He's so sharp on me. He's been on fire.
Swanigan denied. The crowd wanted to travel. Kick outside for Edwards, and he'll knock it down from 3.
And that's what they do so well. Inside, outside, the perimeter 3. Shoot 42% as a team. 4th in the nation.
Well, great to see James Blackman Jr. back on the floor after missing 3 consecutive games, out with that lower leg injury. Came back very strong initially from a torn ACL. He's had so many knee issues.
Well, you think about lose Anunoby and Blackman and Gage. You're losing like 35 points a game between 2 guys. And,
Morgan, nice spin there by Juwan Morgan.
You know, Morgan's had some injury problems as well. A foot injury. Nobody talks about him. He's just starting now to get back. His quickness around the basket. Edwards
way downtown, a feathery touch there by Vincent Edwards.
You better contain the 3 ball if you want to beat Purdue.
Johnson trying to answer on his end. He hits 42%.
Well, that was a real forced one right there. He was challenged on that one. It was not an open 3.
Swanigan, look at this one. Maybe a little bit out of his range.
Shot down from Fort Wayne, his hometown.
15:32 to go here in the first half at Assembly Hall. Great to have you with us, and Purdue off to a nice start. 13-7 on Indiana.
They're going to get some touches inside to Bryant. Bryant's going to want the ball down in the post against Swanigan. Make him play defense.
But they can do that too, and Morgan, not known for that 3-point shot, not by a long shot, only makes 21% out there, but drain that baby.
Well, that's really good news for the Hoosiers when a guy like that makes a 3. Fans are standing up, man. They're excited here.
Edwards to the other side of the iron, but no. Morgan ripping down the rebound. He gets 5 a game. That one tossed out of play.
Wow, bad pass on the outlet pass. He's got to take a little clinic with my big redhead, Bill Walton. He was the best outlet passer in the game.
You guys are going to be working together very soon.
Cavaliers game. LeBron, Walton and I, David Parrish.
We got the promo in.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Wendy's, proud sponsor of the 2017 John R. Wooden Player of the Year, and the Lincoln Motor Company.
Rivalry week continues, presented by Wendy's. You see all the smiles of the students here at Indiana. It doesn't matter if the team is a little bit nicked up, if they're in or out of the top 25. It's one of the great passionate environments. It's in the top 2 or 3 any year here at Indiana.
Absolutely. I had a great time with them before the game. They were so fired up, man. They put all that paint all over me. I had them all washed up by our stage manager. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, they were out there starting at 9 a.m. this morning. So, you know, there are rivalries, and then there are rivalries like Indiana-Purdue.
9 a.m. I was sleeping at 9 a.m. Are you kidding me? Lined up, 9 a.m.
You were in Florida, sleeping at 9 a.m.
77 degrees.
That's the way to go. Nick Vitale, Dave O'Brien with you. And both teams shooting it well, and expect that to continue tonight. Edwards on the drive will lay it in.
He has gotten better and better from the beginning of the year. Driving the basketball, shooting a three. Playing AAU basketball with the kid Fox from Kentucky. Haas on the floor now. Great size with Haas.
Blackman with a miss. And Edwards up there high for the rebound. One of the smaller guys on the floor at 6 feet. That's going to be a travel on Swanigan. He's going to debate it, but that's a traveling violation by the big fella.
Yeah, he lifted his pivot foot. You know what I love about Swanigan as well in doing research? He's a terrific student academically. Great grades.
You'd better be at Purdue. You're going to work hard in that classroom. They've produced some of the greatest astronauts in history.
You're getting tough on me now. Don't ask me to name some of the astronauts.
Edwards going for the theft. Went to the seat of his pants. Taken right out of his hands. Great job by Newkirk. In the corner, Bryant. Yeah, he'll nail the three.
Hey, you want the big guys? They can shoot the three as well. Thomas Bryant, he had a monster game against Kentucky in a tournament here last year. It was unbelievable.
That's some big games. 23-12 against Northwestern. 19-10 against Kansas.
Look at the mismatch inside with Haas. They got to get Haas the ball down around the box.
Swanigan doubled up. Ripped out of his hands by Blackman. He's a one-man fast break, and he will lay it off the iron. He couldn't get it to go.
He wanted a foul. He's looking at the officials. Says foul. He better get back on defense.
Thompson gets a good open look. Quick shot. Newkirk there to lead the break again for the Hoosiers. He'll slice in.
I'll tell you one thing, Newkirk's become a scorer. 24.5 the last 2 games. 8 for 14 shooting threes. He's a Marco Polo, a transfer from out of Pittsburgh.
So tied at 15.
We got a good one, baby. We got a good one. A lot of energy, a lot of intensity, a lot of passion.
Swung into the corner for Edwards, but no. They win it back. Edwards has it again and banks it in.
He banks it in. I'll let John Wooden, former Purdue superstar, the Wizard of Westwood. He used to love teaching that little jumper off the backboard.
Another one of your favorites, John Havlicek.
Oh, wow.
Man, could he use the backboard.
He was so special. His hustle, his desire, former Buckeye superstar.
Into the paint. Tough shot there by Davis. Indiana thinks he's an emerging star, just a freshman, but couldn't get it to go. Edwards again denied on the baseline, and the foul against Indiana.
Tell you what, the pace of the game is unbelievable. The tempo right now will be so quick.
Newkirk with his second foul.
That's big because they need him on the floor the way he's playing lately.
Yep, Newkirk number 2. It's a deeper Indiana team. Purdue likely to play only about 7 or 8. When everybody's healthy, Indiana can go 10 or 11 deep.
You know, Indiana's had a tough time scoring recently. As you watch Purdue with the ball offensively, Indiana trying to lock up on their perimeter shooters. Don't want to give them open looks from the 3.
Here's the big fella Haas, 7'2", 290, and draws the foul. He's really a foul magnet, isn't he?
Well, we talked about that before the game with Matt Painter. He has a way of getting contact and going to that foul line. He has a variety of moves inside. There he is right there, drawing the contact. He said he will not play Swanigan, Haas, and Edwards together.
Davis with his first foul. Look at that, 8 fouls drawn per 40 minutes. As he makes that one. Rivalry week rolling on Saturday. Number 14 Florida State in South Bend to take on the Irish at 6. Hey, you're going to be there.
We'll be there. You and I will be down there at South Bend.
And then we'll take you to McKeon Pavilion for number 1 undefeated Gonzaga and number 20 St. Mary's.
That's a danger game right there. Zags and St. Mary's. That's a special rivalry. Hey, Indiana has scored only 60 points or fewer in 3 of the last 4 games. Scoring points has been tough, but that's been without James Blackman. He gives you another dimension. He draws a lot of attention as well, so it opens up looks for other players.
Zach McRoberts now in the ball game for the Hoosiers. And a foul off the ball, a clearing out foul against Indiana. That'll go against Bryant. That's his second on Thomas Bryant. We'll be giving you a look at one big thing of all about this rivalry. This rivalry goes back a long, long way to the black and white photo days. Tonight's one big thing deals with the Hoosier Boilermaker rivalry. First meeting March of 1901. Most famous moment, though, 1985. You've seen it many times. Bob Knight throwing the chair. And tonight, the 205th meeting. May surprise some outside the rivalry to learn that Purdue has a 115-89 advantage. Though the Hoosiers have won 5 national titles, Purdue is still searching for number 1.
Tell you one thing we're going to keep an eye on too, Obi, is the rebound situation. Both clubs rank, you ready for this? IU 7th in the nation rebound margin and Purdue 8th. So winning the battle on the glass could be big here. And you just mentioned Bright with 2 fouls creates a problem for Indiana, especially with the size they have to face in Swanigan and Haas.
And Swanigan already with 5 rebounds, and Bryant on the bench and really not happy, along with Blackman. So there's a lot of scoring on the bench right now for the Hoosiers.
That's a little danger time. Purdue's going to take advantage of that.
Haas with a kick out from Matthias, who can really hunt that 3. Klein can stick it too. And great to see Spite Albrecht in the game. The 6-foot senior who's now, I think, 37 years old. That was going to roll off the iron.
Well, what I love about Spite, he had that one magical moment in the NCAA tournament against Louisville, scored 17 points, and then he was tweeting Kate Upton, trying to get a date with Kate Upton. That kid is a bright kid.
He's a smart kid.
He couldn't match Mr. Verlander, though.
Right. Well, that was when he was with Michigan in the 2013 NCAA championship, and that one will go out of play off Zach McRoberts.
You know, he came off the bench. He got 17 points. He was absolutely sensational. I did that game for ESPN International. Countries all over the world. I don't know if anybody can understand me.
It was one of the great moments. And then he had to retire from college basketball because of the hip surgeries, right? He's been able to work his way back into a serviceable role now for Matt Painter. Haas on the turnaround. Boy, that's tough to stop.
That's really a nice looking shot right there in the box. I mean, when you look at his per minutes and his production, it's really outstanding.
Well, mini 6-0 run now for the Boilermakers to put up a 21-15 lead here in Bloomington.
Right now, Indiana's got to find some scoring.
Blackman back in the contest. McRoberts, the walk-on. Corner jump shot. And that won't drop for Morgan. He had already made 1 3.
And that's Haas, a good rebounding position right there. Right now, Indiana's got to try to lock it up. They can't let them open up that lead. A lot of patience, sharing the basketball. They're well coached, man. Right now, they go right to the big guy.
Haas swinging inside, not this time.
Doing a great job also denying the running game. He was concerned about the transition of Indiana. Foul from the back.
And Blackman taking a tumble. Some, I think, derisive applause here from the fans as Matthias picks up number 1.
Well, the real concern for Matt Painter was not only transition, the live ball turnover. He said, we've been having problems turning the ball over, especially our bigs, and I worry about a live ball turnover and their quickness in transition. Hasn't happened so far.
You know, the Hoosiers, even with the major injuries, remain a fine shooting team. 49% overall, 39% from 3. Both sides make their foul shots, too. Matthias.
They are really going inside. They want him to go one-on-one on him.
7-footer with the left hand. That didn't touch anything.
Last 2 possessions, they've been able to get away Indiana with a score from their big guy, Haas. Nice change of direction there.
Johnson kept the dribble. He's very quietly averaging 14 points a game. Last 4 minutes, though, Indiana has been scoreless, Dick.
Defense has been tough, making them take tough shots.
Oh, and the foul of McRoberts came out of nowhere to get it back up there.
Good offensive rebound. Brother was a heck of a player at Duke. Josh McRoberts.
And Zach is a walk-on transfer from Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont really having a heck of a year up there.
So you would know that. Most people would know that.
No, Vermont really having a solid year.
They go to the NCAA tournament quite a bit. Up top here for Klein. Haas again with a catch. Albrecht will launch it and can't hit.
Got the open look for Albrecht when the ball went to the interior. Went inside, outside. That's Albrecht. Forte, shoot that 3. Real good ball movement right here.
And Blackman will back it out. Remember, he had 26 in the season opener against Kansas. And when he's been able to stay healthy, he is a dynamic scorer.
Well, you know, he had a big game also, that North Carolina game. They got 2 major wins, beating Kansas, North Carolina, but then they lost to Fort Wayne.
Nice touch there. Blackman exhorting the crowd, saying, let's hear you. He has 4 points, 21-19 Purdue. Matthias stumbling a little bit, and he gave it away. That is a rare turnover for him. Their backcourt is really stingy. Follow-away won't drop for Johnson, and 1 and done, Indiana.
Johnson having a tough time shooting the ball here thus far early.
And a whistle on the baseline. A foul with 7:44 to go. Blackman starting to heat up. He's Indiana's leading scorer. He's been fighting knee problems, but man, he has a sweet touch and can really fill it up. James and Sejal Blackman with their son performing so well this season, averaging 18 points a game.
He was a terrific player at Kentucky. Coached at Marion, coached his son. He was a great player for the Kentucky Wildcats, who, by the way, right now, they got to elevate their game, especially defensively. Gave up 85 points to LSU. John Calipari's got to be beside himself, because usually his teams by February get better and better and better, but they've hit really a roadblock right now. They got to start getting going, get some of that confidence, get ready for March Madness.
I think Coach Cal has him on 2-a-days right now.
He'd do 3-a-days if he could.
Not very happy. On the back down, Swanigan back in, and tough to stop that.
They are really going to the interior. Their game plan is pounded inside. Swanigan, Haas. When they're on the floor, we're going inside. If they double up, we're going to kick it out to our 3-point shooters.
The Swanigan, you go back to the 93-94 season, only Tim Duncan had a season like the one this guy is averaging 19, 13, and 3 assists per game. He is in some rare company.
Talking about a guy that made a wise decision coming back. So look at that move on the inside. Good drop step, gets good post position, locks the defensive player up by his footwork. He is really focused. I watched him during the warm-ups. He was really intense, concentrating, focusing on his shots, not looking in the stands, waving to people.
And 20 double-doubles. All that focus is really paying off for Biggie Swanigan.
See, now Bryant's got to make him play some defense, go inside and want to get that basketball. There's a ball screen by Bryant. He's going to release and roll.
Blackman going up against the big fella, and the follow is there for McSwain. I know you talked about this when we saw him against North Carolina. He's 6'6", the junior, still raw, but he's got the body of a tight end.
Yeah, he really is very strong, physical. Tell you though, they miss Anunoby. He was special.
No question.
He's an NBA player.
I think that's the separator. I mean, they're a top 5 team with him. Way downtown, it'll roll in there for Edwards.
And that is one of their strengths. We've talked about it on top of the show.
And that'll count on a tough move by Bryant, who's back in there despite a couple of fouls.
They got to go inside to him a little bit more. I don't believe he gets enough touches around the basket. There goes Bryant to the basket. Seals the defense off really well. Converts, scores, now goes to the free throw line.
Foul on Swanigan, his first. Bryant, big sophomore, he's put up 6 double-doubles. That included in that triple overtime win over Penn State. He had 31 points and 11 rebounds.
That was some shootout up there. That was a real shootout.
It's a Boilermaker team that actually shoots better from three-point range on the road than they do at Mackey Arena. That one off target by Edwards.
Tell you one thing, can you imagine the numbers Rick Mount would have had if they had the three-point play when he was at Purdue?
Johnson with a big shot, 42% beyond the 3.
That's a big one right there by Johnson, who's really been struggling shooting here in the first half. Oh, look this crowd up. They're alive, baby. They're alive.
Indiana with their first lead.
Indiana, Purdue. It's a big-time rivalry game. What if Swanigan wanted the ball? It's got a total mismatch. Throw the ball inside.
Vincent Edwards, tough drive to his left.
Swanigan was begging for the rock. He was begging for it.
Boy, McSwain flying into the crowd, making an effort to save it. Couldn't quite do it, but the fans loving that effort.
Great effort. They appreciate the effort right here. It's a little hustle.
I feel bad for the floor with his physique.
That McSwain is big and strong. Well, I know you're happy right now. Your Patriots got another Super Bowl championship.
That's only 5, Dick, as Bryant had that one knocked out of his hands.
It was Bryant to the basket. You know, I don't think there's any doubt that Belichick and Brady, as a head coach and quarterback combination, will go down in history as the greatest combo ever, quarterback and head coach.
No question. No question. 5:35 to go here in the first half.
And only Belichick could say we're 5 weeks behind by playing in the Super Bowl. We're 5 weeks behind for next year.
Bryant straight on. That one clangs away. Big rebound by McSwain, and he draws the foul.
Well, McSwain giving him a nice lift off that bench. Becoming productive. I love places like this where the crowd is so fired up.
Edwards, Vincent Edwards with his first. So McSwain will be going to the line. He only makes 59%. Junior college transfer, which is very rare for Tom Crean.
Plays 7 minutes a game, as you can see right here, but he's got to go to his bench. I tell you this, no one on this floor or in this building works any harder than Mr. Crean. He's demonstrating how to shoot the free throw. He's pacing back and forth. He's so animated. Look at him right there. Look at him. Wow, look at him working. Look at him working.
Now, Tom might be in better shape than any head coach in the game. He's got to be with that style. This is 7-0 run. Indiana on top by 2.
What a job he did at Marquette with Dwayne Wade and company. Went to the Final Four. Upset Kentucky in a tournament. It's going to be a game of swings. These two clubs, a lot of emotion. Shot selection becomes big, taking good shots because the defense is going to challenge you. You can see every guy in his defensive stance.
Battle for the rebound and knocked out a play off of Purdue. There's also a foul on the play. That'll go against Haas. His first.
Playing the two big guys together, Swanigan and Haas right now. That creates some matchup problems right there for Tom Crean.
Well, that is a huge back line there.
Wow, that's an NBA back line.
Haas 7'2" and Swanigan 6'9".
He's much bigger than 6'9" with his strong body he has. It's an amazing story what he did to get where he's at today.
On the kick and laid up and in by Morgan.
Nice little cut by Morgan. Morgan having a solid first half. And he's been hampered by a foot injury. We're alive here, baby. This place is live. Assembly Hall, site of many, many big games over the years.
Slapped away and picked up by Newkirk. Johnson with a long-range 3.
Newkirk did a great job defensively stepping in on that exchange. They tried the little hand exchange.
Klein, he can be very dangerous from there, but that won't drop. Morgan crashing the glass. He gets about 5 a contest. Blackman about to check back in now for Tom Crean.
Trying to slow down the tempo a little bit here, get a good shot in his possession. Good spacing.
It's a 9-0 run. Indiana had been slumbering offensively, not any longer. Morgan out of the double team. Here's Newkirk.
Got a good shot for Newkirk right there, as we said. 8 for 14, shooting the 3 in his last 2 games.
Purdue has played a grueling schedule. They're at the end of a run of playing 4 out of 5 on the road in the Big Ten.
Well, they've beat 2 nationally ranked clubs the last 2 W's.
Yep, coming off Maryland and an outstanding 1-point win. Haas airmails another one. He's had a couple of shots that have not touched anything. That is 6 consecutive empty trips for Purdue.
Bad shot, bad possession. Shooting the ball too quickly. You got to get better shots than that.
That was a freshman shot by Devontae Green. And that sails out of play. 30-26 Indiana.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Chobani Flip, creamy Greek yogurt with a side of natural crunch. And Ally, do it right.
Sounded like a toss from Carol Lawson. I heard Chris Cotter get stuck in the snow. A massive snowstorm on the East Coast. Some people are getting a foot 14 inches. Talking about numbers, how many Big Ten teams do you think go to the NCAA tournament?
I think they'll get 7. I think somehow, some way, and don't get on Michigan and Michigan State have to do a little winning. I think the great news is Northwestern is going to be in the tournament. I don't think there's any doubt about it. It's going to be the first time ever. I think it's great for all their alumni. I know Brooke Musburg is jumping with joy. Christine Brennan of USA Today, she's on their board. I'm sure she's jumping with joy. Chris Collins has done a heck of a job. But I think when it's all said and done, there'll be 7 out of the Big Ten. Could be 10 out of the ACC.
Well, yeah, Joe Lunardi right now says 9. I think that might be a little light.
He can mean 10. Well, Joe Lunardi, he's the king. He's the king of bracketology. I defer to him. Oh, look at this going inside.
On the low block, and no, Swanigan with a one-handed follow, missed again. Finally, they have an offensive rebound. Can you believe up to that moment they had not had an offensive board, and there's a foul with 3:02 to go. And the fans are up in arms here at Indiana over what they think are a lot of calls going the other way. Morgan will pick up the foul.
You would think with Haas on the floor and Swanigan, they're going to get some more offensive rebounds. But you're right, they had 0 up to that point.
So Swanigan to the line where he makes 80%. You mentioned this number a little bit earlier, Dick. There have been 14 20-20 games in college basketball this season. Caleb Swanigan has 4 of those, but can't connect on the three-point play.
That's an incredible performance, 4 of those. One of the great numbers I saw, though, was Motley when he had 32 and 20 against Texas. And then the second half, you and I had him when Kansas shut him down. He only took 1 shot in that game for Baylor.
Kick out top for Jones. That missed ugly.
Yeah, that was not pretty right there. That was one of my shots. We got Brick City, USA, baby. Swanigan wants the ball inside. Now he's going to post. Get him a ball right now. Yeah, what did I tell you? He wanted a ball. A good defense right there.
Edwards with a follow, and Vincent Edwards.
He's Mr. Versatility. Edwards is multi-talented.
Blackman with a pull-up shot. Got a good look. Comes back free to the Boilermakers. They want to run.
2-on-1.
Vincent Edwards with the catch. Waits and connects.
Nice little transition game right there. 4 quick points by the Boilers. They can score now. They lead the Big Ten in scoring.
Tied at 30. Newkirk has had a hot hand in recent games, and that's going to go the other way.
Tell you, college basketball has been really wacky. And last week, you had 6 teams in the top 10 you beat. Let's look at Newkirk. They got an offensive foul.
Got an illegal screen there by Davis.
Yep. Can't get away with that, man. The ref standing right there. Paul Sells right on that call.
Working along with Pat Driscoll and Lamont Simpson tonight.
A little step out there, a little hedge.
Swanigan had that one rifled right by him, right by his face. A 30-30 game. You know, UConn is on a quest for 100. Gino and the #1 Huskies taking on Don Staley, #6 South Carolina Monday. Could be their 100th straight win. Just amazing.
It just blows your mind. The number blows my mind. I know you'll be a courtside for that. Don Staley, South Carolina will be, you know, a tough task, but Gino will play anybody, anywhere. He don't care. Bring him down. We will play him. It's amazing to put 100 wins together, possibly in a row. It's unreal. It just blows my mind.
Of course, never been done.
Doesn't get enough publicity. I really believe that.
Blackman fouled, and in the act of shooting a three-pointer, so he'll be at the line for 3.
Yeah, not a good play right there by Edwards defensively. Give him a 3-shot opportunity right here. Going to challenge him, but get your hand straight up. I don't know right there.
I thought the whistle came on that forearm. I thought he did reach in and foul him, and Blackman was really smart to force that shot up there and really bought the call.
He's got the great touch, too. There's a great rotation for you young kids. You don't want that palm on that basketball. You want some space there, and you want to get that backspin. You want to tuck that elbow in, follow through. Look at that rotation. His father had great rotation, too.
Take a look at the play, Dick, and you'll see the foul, I think, here on the reach. There it is on the arm.
There's the foul, right.
Yep.
And then he goes up, and he poised exceptionally well. Good acting to get that 3 points.
And he makes them all.
That makes them all count. They needed to stop the little run there by Purdue, and that stopped it. Took away a little momentum.
You're right. It had been 3 minutes, 46 seconds since the Hoosiers' previous points.
It's been a game of spurts.
Klein way downtown, no. And a foul on the floor with 58.7 seconds. That's going to go against Indiana.
It's a lower scoring game than I thought. I thought the score total would be a lot bigger. Tom Crean not happy with that.
John Morgan's third, by the way. Well, I thought there was going to be an over-the-back foul there.
That's what I thought, too.
Against Purdue.
Yeah, I thought against Edwards. I really did. I was surprised.
There was the contact beforehand, and so it'll be Vincent Edwards at the line. Morgan has to go to the bench with 3. Well, Edwards has really been the man. He's made 5 out of 7 shots.
Every time I seem to see this kid play, he plays exceptionally well.
Edwards, good foul shooter, 83%. That one rattles in.
Tell you one thing, these teams got some coaching staffs. Buckley and look at Martin and Judson for Indiana, all former head coaches. You got Greg Gary on the other side, and Owens and Brantley, guys that have been around basketball, love the game, work so hard. Assistants work so hard.
Newkirk. Back for Blackman now. 9 to get off a shot. Shot clock down to 6. Johnson on the drive, got it up there, and he made it. Now, will they count it?
Yes,
they
sir.
will.
Oh, baby. Lamont Simpson, the Zebra, says, count that, baby. Count it. Here goes a strong drive to the basket. Lays it up on the glass.
Boy, that is some shot. Fouled by Klein.
Had good body control right there on that score.
Well, this is what you expect from a rivalry game. I mean, Purdue's number 16. Indiana has fallen out of the top 25 and have battled injuries, but it doesn't matter.
They've lost a lot of quality teams. Lost to Louisville, Wisconsin twice, Butler, Maryland, Northwestern. And they were beat by Michigan by 30, and they play Michigan here on Sunday. So you got 2 home games, Purdue and Michigan. You got to get some wins to get that ledger better than 500. 5-6 right now in the Big Ten.
Tap nearly stolen away. Edwards, and no basket. It'll go the other way. An offensive foul.
He's got an offensive foul prior to the passing of the basketball. Take a look right here. Now watch this. He comes over, makes contact, then he gives the ball up. Good call by the official. Here's the contact. Bam! Bam!
14.5 before halftime. Nobody is led by more than 6. Inside Assembly Hall, rivalry week presented by Wendy's. A combination of Swanigan and Haas. Indiana's done a very good job on them, Dickie. They're 3 for 12 shooting.
Yeah, they've really battled on the inside, getting good position defensively, making them work so hard. You know, IU was stunned big time by IPFW. John Kaufman, their coach, did a great job to win that game in overtime. I don't think they'll ever go back to Fort Wayne again.
You might be right. Final seconds of the first half. Blackman, he wants the shot. Fires it off the iron. Well defended, and that's how the first half comes to an end with Indiana, despite a couple of droughts, on top of number 16 Purdue, 36-32. Purdue has won 5 of the last 6. Indiana has lost 3 of the last 4. Certainly a huge game for the Hoosiers, and they're on top of the break. Right now, we back to the studio, Kara Lawson and Dan Dockich.
Presented by Wendy's.
Check out my campaign.
Over the years, just flat out one of the great rivalries in all of college basketball. They're at it again. Part of Rivalry Week presented by Wendy's, Indiana and Purdue, and the Boilermakers, the ranked team in this edition of the Rivalry, Dickie, trying to get it inside. It's been tough sledding down there.
Yeah, they've really been having it tough going inside. Love seeing that picture with Knight and Katie, but right for here, then appreciate this defense by Indiana, making it tough for Swanigan to get some looks. Watch this right now. They get him with a charge on a low box. They're really making it difficult. Bad shot right there. Tough angle for Haas. And now they force him to go way on the baseline. Little Brick City air ball. Terrific job. A lot of balanced scoring. Look at the numbers, Swanigan and Haas. 3 for 12, man. That's 25%. Edwards had a strong first half. Balance for the Hoosiers.
Vincent Edwards leading all scorers with 15. Swanigan does have 10 rebounds. Only 4 Boilermakers have scored, however. So the defense has been strong for the Hoosiers, and a quick whistle here in the opening seconds of the second half.
We talked about both clubs being good rebounding teams, and they were balanced. Both had 19 rebounds in that first half. Look at the Indiana balanced scoring right there.
First foul on Robert Johnson of the Hoosiers.
I remember Bryant, doesn't he have 3?
Bryant was in foul trouble pretty quickly in this one.
Well, I'd go right into Swanigan. He's playing. Bryant's playing him right now.
Edwards, Swanigan looked like he was not expecting to pass.
It was a little too hard right there. Now to go back inside.
Rolling around, Bryant went for the block, where he really stayed home quite effectively to harass Swanigan there.
Well, that was good possession, except they didn't score. They made the right cerebral decision. Nice fake.
Jumping in the lane, Newkirk. Tied up down there, kicks it back out for Bryant. Zach McRoberts, the walk-on transfer, starting the second half for the Hoosiers.
Smart move by bringing that ball back out, resetting.
Shot clock at 4. Newkirk lifts. Got a good look. Swanigan with his 11th rebound. One of the great rebounders in the country with 13 a game. Vincent Edwards with 15 to lead everybody. A touch for Swanigan. Shot clock to 10. Long jumper off the side of the iron by Thompson.
Tremendous job defensively by Indiana, taking away the 3-ball. I mean, they shoot 42%. They've had 3 for 12 so far, shooting the 3. Purdue.
Carson Edwards reaching in. He commits the personal.
That was one of the real concerns. Perimeter defense on the 3-ball. And Indiana has excelled in that area. Bryant likes to stay away from the goal. Trying to get him a little one-on-one with Swanigan. Now he slides into the post. I don't believe he gets enough touches. I really believe that. I think he's got to learn to want the ball a little bit more down inside.
Way outside Bryant. Yeah, there's a nice touch from 3.
Well, he can show he has the ability to make that long-range shot. But I think with his size and his agility, he's got to want the ball on the interior a lot more.
6'10". He really fashions himself a long-distance man. 43%. Not a lot of threes, but he does make the ones that he takes. Swanigan on the low block. All muscle there for 2.
Yeah, Swanigan very physical on the inside. Bryant's got 2 fouls. Morgan has 3.
Swanigan on 11 rebounds and 8 points.
Edwards right there, very quick defensively. From out of Texas.
Bryant. And a foul on the play. That'll go against Purdue. And once again, they'll get Carson Edwards.
He spun right into the defensive player. We're going to watch right here now. Little Thomas Bryant stepping away after the screen. The ball screen, steps back. Most dangerous guy usually on the floor, OB, is the screener. And then we're going to watch Swanigan, just very physical. Physicality, A+. What he's done with his body since arriving at Purdue is so special. He's an amazing story.
Been a great success story this year. Maybe the player of the year. That's kicked out of play. Bryant's going to argue that and say it was off the Boilermakers, but Pat Driscoll said no.
I love those great stories you hear about as you look at Bryant right here.
Ooh, that looked like it was off Swanigan's leg.
Swanigan was a homeless kid at one time.
Yes.
Unbelievable. He was over 300 pounds.
Off the fake, denied, right back up for 2.
He's made himself a star, man. He is not a good player. He is a star. He's a solid goal PTPer, primetime performer. Loves Swanigan. Caleb Swanigan, an amazing American story.
Bryant kicks it back out. Johnson. Boy, that was in the cylinder and kicked out.
Can't emphasize enough how big this game is for the Hoosiers. 5 and 6 in conference play. They want the NCAA tournament. You can want it, but you got to earn it. And right now they got a chance on their home floor against a quality Purdue team.
Swanigan, nice touch, and really starting to take over here.
Showing that ability that we saw basically all year. He's been a double-double guy, as you said, Obi, so well. 20 double-doubles.
This is a personal 6-0 run for Biggie Swanigan. Deron Davis, the 6'10 freshman, will come back to the floor for Tom Crean.
Oh, should have shot that. Had a layup.
Yes, here's Johnson to fire. In and out. McRoberts with a nice rebound to keep it alive. And Blackman there on target.
You know, Blackman gets the three, but he should run over and give a hug to McRoberts. He kept the ball alive, gave him another possession with his hustle. Listen to this place. I'm telling you, the loudest crowd I've heard all year was Kansas Baylor. The second was Indiana, North Carolina.
Our ears still ringing. Deflected away by Bryant with a quick hand. Blackman's three. Trying to keep it alive, but back over to the Boilermakers it goes. Indiana with a 42-38 lead.
Well, we've seen a lot of hustle out here. There's Daddy, there's Blackman Sr., and there's Blackman. Nice medium range in and out. Look at the hustle, McRoberts, and then they reverse it, and there's the three, baby. The three ball, nothing but nylon.
A good one going here, 42-38, Indiana with the lead over Purdue. My partner will be honored tomorrow. University of Detroit, your team in 1977. That was a great basketball team, and they're going to honor the 40-year anniversary of that team. You won 21 consecutive games and beat the #1 team in America.
Well, we beat Marquette in Milwaukee. Great bunch of guys. I can't wait to see Terry Durod. They're going to hang his jersey up. I had John Long, Terry Tyler. I'll tell you one thing. If we had the three-point shot with Durod and Long, unbelievable. We lost a heartbreaker. To Michigan. Wow, look at the 77 stats. Unbelievable. John Long could shoot it. Tyler was terrific. Durod all played in the NBA.
Well, you had NBA guys in this team.
Yeah, they played in the NBA. I couldn't screw them up. They were that talented. I promised them I would dance if they could beat Marquette. We had 20 in a row. We beat them. I said, Coach, you're going to start dancing. I was Disco Dick, man.
Yes. A legend was born. You could cut the rug. Swanigan spinning into the lane. And if I will go the other way, it's on Swanigan. That'll be his third.
He spun in the lane. Well, the one thing they have the luxury as he gets the third foul is that they got Haas on the bench. Now watch this. He's going to spin in the lane. Makes a little contact with his shoulder. They blow the whistle. He says, look, I'm a star. You don't call that against me. I'm a star. Stars in the NBA get away with that.
Well, he's on the bench now with 3. Turned it over 4 times, so Haas takes over in the middle.
Not many teams can come back in with a 7'2" guy with the offensive skills of Haas.
That's for sure. The guy who averages 13 points himself and draws a ton of fouls, as we mentioned. Number 5 in the country in fouls drawn per 40 minutes.
These clubs have been battling on the glass where they rank 7th and 8th in the nation.
Newkirk, tough shot off the window that won't drop. So now the Boilermakers looking to make a run. Indiana started with 1 in the second half.
Edwards right now with the basketball. Initially he went to Haas early. Telegraphed that pass. Morgan with the good defensive anticipation.
3 straight turnovers for the Boilermakers. That is very unlike them.
Well, their big people have turned the ball over. Not their guards. It's their big people that have really created situations where they've turned the ball over.
And the guards have been really stingy. Davis and the travel.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. He wouldn't even get away with that in the NBA, and they've been known to not blow the whistle.
They have been known to be a little bit lenient.
Look at Tom Crean. I can't get over the way he paces that sideline.
There's a lot of nervous energy there.
Oh, talk about it.
Matthias off the screen.
Nice step out right there. Wide open 3.
Edwards can't sink it.
Tell you one thing, ball's not falling for them from the 3, and that's one of their strengths.
Newkirk with a kick out. Blackman is the open man, and that spins out.
That baby was in. How did that baby come out? Blackman a little frustrated right there.
Hard to believe that's a home rim. And out it spun.
I tell you, Indiana doing a great job pressuring the three-point shooters.
Haas trying to muscle his way inside.
Getting a little frustrated, his body language.
Yeah, he's 1 for 7, Dick.
That'll get you frustrated.
Newkirk blocked by Edwards. Great save, but the reverse won't go by Davis.
Sloppy possession.
Matthias lifts. He sinks the three.
And that's what they do well. And they got a number of players that can shoot the three. There's a lot of intensity. That bench just exploded after that score.
Matthias hits 50% from three-point land.
This is a big-time rival game between Indiana and Purdue, man. Play for a little bragging rights here in the state of Indiana.
Blackman, will he get cooking in the second half? He certainly can in a hurry. Davis challenged by Haas. He took it away.
He walked prior to that. They missed the walk.
Green is really upset there was no call. Thompson, he is open, can't hit. Haas taps it out high.
That size of Haas created a second opportunity.
Vincent Edwards, yes, a three.
Great ball reversal. Look at Swanigan pointing to his head, cheering on the sideline. You love to see that in a star player.
Well, a man down on the other end. It's Davis.
Oh, yeah, Davis got knocked down.
Deron Davis in some pain. Meanwhile, Purdue has jumped back into the lead on a 12-3 run. This is their first lead of this half. 12:22 to go, and Tom Crean upset at the moment.
He thought there should have been a call down the other end. Yeah, he's right here. But see, he walked prior to the foul, and they didn't call the foul, but they missed a walk-in violation.
That was Davis going down. There was no whistle, and that's what he was really angry about.
Look at Tom Crean. Talk about passion. Talk about a love for what he's doing. Talk about the hunger for a victory. Talk about the need for a victory.
Now Davis is still down on his back, and that only gives the big crowd here in Bloomington more of an opportunity to vent.
They love their basketball here in the Bloomington area. They've been treated to so much success over the years.
Tell you what, I know you're the same. I love coming in here.
I do too.
Love coming in here to call a college basketball game because you are in the heart of college hoops country right here.
I've been here many a time over my 38 years. They had a fair coach. I can't think of his name. Who used to sit in that sideline. He was a very shy, introverted guy.
Yeah, he really was.
If he only had a little bit of intensity and a little bit of emotion, he might have won some games.
Might have made something of himself.
What was his name?
His name was Bob Knight.
Bob Knight, that's it. Bob Knight. Wow. Excuse me, people. When you get my age, you're allowed to forget. I will never, ever forget the name, Robert Montgomery Knight.
That's a lot of wins. And Davis has to walk off the floor with a little bit of help. And again, Dickie, there was no whistle on that play, so now he comes off the floor. He took the brunt of it.
He's a young kid. Tom Crean is very high on. He thinks he's got a terrific future.
A freshman out of Colorado where he set a new high school record for block shots.
I wonder who's more intense in the family, his brother-in-law or him? Jim Harbaugh, the brother-in-law?
It's a toss-up.
It is a toss-up. That is a toss-up. I'm a big fan of Jim Harbaugh.
I know Jack Harbaugh is here to support Tom here tonight. And this terrific rivalry game, Indiana with the ball and down by 2.
Brian's trying to set that screen for him.
Newkirk dribbling through, shot clock down to 6.
Newkirk likes to dribble through the defense and bring the ball back out.
Jones nearly lost the dribble as Bryant. He sticks the triple.
Thomas Bryant, he's waving threes, man. He's waving threes. Get back on D, Thomas. Get back on D. Don't worry about waving three. They saw it was a three. That was a big basket. Purdue had taken the lead.
Haas out of the double. Here's Edwards. And he's hit in the act of shooting a three-pointer.
And Morgan, that's 4 on him, is it not? That's 4 on Morgan if it's on Morgan.
Yeah, that is number 4 on Morgan.
Yes, sir. Thomas Bryant hits a big 3. He had such a big game when they stunned Kentucky last year in the NCAA tournament. There he is, showing his range as a shooter. Oh, Indiana, Purdue, it is on fire.
Karen, thank you very much. In the second half, as tight as a drum, Bryant has scored 6 of Indiana's 9 points in this half.
That really has done really exceptionally well. You know, North Carolina and Duke, let's face reality, that's the greatest rivalry in college sports. Unbelievable. The one memory I'll take with me, 35 years I sat at courtside calling every one of those games, 35 years, and they are special, Obi. They are absolutely special. The emotion, the passion.
Well, and your voice is connected to so many of those incredible games as Edwards hits the first one. But it's nights like tonight that the remote control was invented for. I mean, you've got a great one there and another great rivalry here.
We got a terrific rivalry right here with Indiana and certainly Purdue. 3 free throws. He made the first 2. There's Matt Painter going for his 20th win.
This is certainly one of Matt's best rebounding and shooting teams, though the rebounding has been very even tonight. Edwards now at 21 points, and that's a season high for Vince Edwards.
He's really a guy so unbelievably talented in many ways. A little inconsistent at times, but he's got ability.
Bryant, the pass eventually to McSwain, but stolen away by Purdue.
As that kid Edwards, man, he plays hard. He really plays hard.
Klein with a leaner in the lane, a lot of iron. Haas again keeps it alive with the tap out. Here's Thompson, and they missed that one too.
You know, Haas with that great size gives them second and third opportunities, deflections. Take it up strong, Thomas. Take it up strong.
He draws the foul before the shot. 10:48 to go here in the second half. A rivalry week rolling on Saturday. Number 14 Florida State. They're at South Bend to take on the Irish at 6 p.m. Then we take you to number 1 and undefeated Gonzaga taking on number 20 St. Mary's. Both games are on ESPN.
Gonzaga right now undefeated. St. Mary's a real tough task for them. Can't wait. You and I are going to be down there in Vegas calling the games in their conference tournament.
That's right. There for the West Coast Conference.
And I'm going to also, while I'm there, get a little look at Blake Shelton in concert.
You always sneak in a really high-end concert or 3. Bryant, oh, that's sweet.
That's where he's got to go a little bit more. I don't believe he goes inside enough. Use the left hand right there very effectively. Steps out, shoots the 3.
Indiana's first 2-point basket of this half.
Wow. He's got some really strong offensive skills. He's got to get a little bit more physical, get a little bit more stronger in that body. Haas wants to take him one-on-one inside. 7-2 guy to double up on him. They're tough to double up on because they got such good perimeter shooters.
Thompson airborne. And a travel. He walked with it.
Bryant's also acting like a cheerleader out there, which is great. Here he is posted inside. Nice entry, good angle. Defense slow, rotating over. Takes advantage with the left hand.
Under 10 minutes to go here in Bloomington, tied at 47.
Talk about rivalries, man. Tied. Indiana's desperate for a win. Want to get their ledger to 500 in the Big Ten. They're 5-6.
Bryant on Swanigan. Heck of a battle here. Up he goes for 2.
I ask you again, why don't they go inside more often to the big guy? But he's got to run. He's got to call for the ball. Oh, well, baby, they love it. Look at the crowd standing up.
Bryant has 16, taking 10 in this half. So he is asking for the ball here in the second 20. Edwards, a lot of dribble, fires, no. He comes free to Vince Edwards in the corner. And contact, there's a foul before the shot. They're going to get Bryant for that personal.
That's 3 on him now. Vince Edwards does a great job attacking the basket. He's in an aggressive offensive mood.
So Bryant in some trouble. He has really come alive offensively, but now he's saddled with 3 in over 9 minutes to play.
And you got 4 on Morgan. You got Davis out with an injury, so their front court is being slowly depleted.
And Bryant, this half is 10 points. All the other Hoosiers have combined for 3.
They can't play foul. Swanigan there, no size. Oh, great help.
Blocked by McSwain and a whistle.
Smart though by Purdue. Recognizing the foul trouble, they immediately with a mismatch get the ball inside to the strong, physical Swanigan.
Very little question about that foul.
Now he's got to convert on the free throw line. Smart play. That's thinking. Using your brain. Knowing right now they have very little inside help. Go right to your man.
Swanigan already with another double-double. Missing on the first one, but now 21 double-doubles on the season.
He's missed his last 2 free throws. One before and this, shooting 80% for the year. Last year was in the 60s.
They're an excellent foul shooting team at 76%.
Yes, sir. One of the best in the country. Purdue is 18-2 and out-rebounding their opponents. And right now, the rebounding totals are basically equal.
And 2 very good rebounding teams. Swanigan and Bryant with 3 fouls apiece.
Look at this. Bryant wants it.
Tried to give it up. Deflected out of play by the Boilermakers with 13 on the shot clock.
Tom Crean doesn't have the luxury to take Bryant out for a couple minutes.
And Anunoby out, of course, for the year with a huge loss for the Hoosiers. They've been playing without Blackman for stretches, without Morgan for stretches. McRoberts the bounce, shot clock down to 3. Bryant to the lane, almost hit it and draws the foul.
He draws contact by attacking the rim. He's got to convert on the free throw line, but he does a great job attacking the rim.
Klein second.
Good ball fake. Tries to split the defense. They stick the hand in, grab the hand. The official sees it, blows the whistle.
So Bryant back to the line, 72%.
The guy did a great job with the officials. I felt was John Adams, who stopped to say hello to us here at halftime. He lives in Indianapolis.
Yeah, our next NBA Friday doubleheader has Paul George and the Pacers in Washington taking on John Wall and the Wizards at 8. After that one, we take it to Phoenix for Jimmy Butler and the Bulls taking on the Suns. Our coverage tipping with NBA Countdown at 7.
Paul George and his club really have done well in the month of January. I'll be seeing a matchup next Wednesday with Bill Walton.
Edwards, strong drive there and lays it up for 2. Carson Edwards.
Yeah, did a great job breaking down the defense off the bounce. He's a solid player for a diaper dandy out of Texas. Played together with Fox on an AAU team. 38-1 in high school.
How'd they lose the 1 with all that talent? 11 to get off a shot now for the Hoosiers. Tied at 50.
Like to run that little exchange on the perimeter.
Johnson. Short. Big rebound by McSwain. The jumper by Johnson again. And stuck back up by Bryant.
3 opportunities. Working the glass. Indiana gets the edge on the glass right there. 7th in the nation in rebounding. Purdue 8th in the nation in rebounding.
Boy, the Hoosiers getting it from Thomas Bryant. He has scored their last 10. The kick out for Carson Edwards and a 3.
Tell you one thing, he has stepped up big for them. He's got a lot of swag about him. I like that. He's got a lot of confidence. You can see his bounce. He's very strong for a perimeter player, too.
Just a rookie. He had 21 against Auburn, so he can score. Bryant, he is the hot man right now for Indiana.
He's that guy.
Forced that one up there, though, and they defended him well.
Well, defense did a great job rotating over when he spun. Anytime he spin dribbles, it should be help there.
Klein goes crashing in and commits the foul. That's an offensive.
I'm telling you, I can't tell you, sitting as close as we are, people, the intensity is unbelievable. You can feel that incredible passion and electricity. Wow.
The Snow Warrior, Chris Cotter, he made it to the studio.
I give him a lot of credit. Hey, I'll tell you what, in the Carolina Duke game, keep an eye on Grayson Allen. He's had big games against North Carolina in the past, in like the mid-20s. I would not be shocked if he had a big game at home today against the Tar Heels.
Indiana having trouble with the Edwards guys. They've made out like bandits tonight. They've scored 33 of the 53 Boilermaker points.
No relation, by the way.
They're not related. That's correct.
7 minutes to go here. Big game. These 7 minutes are vital to Tom Crean in Indiana. 5 and 6 in Big Ten play. I can't emphasize that enough. You're at home. You got to close out a quality win. They've been in a little struggle. Bryant's doing all he can, Obi.
No question.
There's that exchange up on top.
Bryant this half, 13 points. Shot clock down to 7 for the Hoosiers.
Well, he and Swanigan with 3 fouls each.
Blackman straight on. Rebound tipped once again. Out of play.
Tell you one thing, both these clubs go after the ball on the glass. Rebound, we said, could be a big factor.
Albrecht with a tremendous effort there.
Oh, these kids play so hard, both these clubs. So special. They've heard. Look at that hustle. Look at that dive. Man, Bill Belichick would like to have that sucker. He'd like to have him get a basketball player. He could have a lacrosse player at Hogan, right? He was a lacrosse player.
Was.
At Penn State. Then went to Monmouth, played 1 year of football on the defensive end.
He was the only player on the Purdue roster to win an NCAA tournament game. Purdue by 1, but the Hoosiers with the ball. Shot clock at 18.
Bryant inside being played by Haas now, so you got the strength of Haas and the quickness of Bryant. There's the quickness.
Fast.
There's the quickness.
Draws the foul again.
Took advantage of his quickness, got fouled, going to go to the free throw line.
Here's our Kohler power performance, and certainly Bryant is the guy.
Thomas Bryant. TB wants the basketball inside. There he is utilizing the left hand. Now we watch him on the offensive boards with the good position. And then he takes the charge. Thomas Bryant trying to do it all. Now he's at the charity stripe. Can he convert, Obi?
He did.
He did.
Ties it at 53. Haas picked up the personal.
Yeah, so many people always ask me, why do you get so excited about this when you're doing a game? You get so how could you not sit here and feel the electricity of these people? Told it to a writer who interviewed me before the game, Rick Bosich. I said, Rick, it's stealing money when you sit at courtside at games like this. You get paid doing something you love.
And you really believe that. I know you do.
Look at this good entry.
Haas for 2.
Can't let him get the ball in that deep. This baby's going right to the wire.
Well, the last 2 have been decided by 4 points. Last 2 times that they have played.
The game, obviously, to me, is bigger than Indiana. It's on their home floor. They need to win. Purdue is lock city for the NCAA tournament. Indiana is still fighting for survival. They are truly bubble.
Just still in doubt thanks to the injuries. He's on the line and turned over by Juwan Morgan.
And those injuries certainly have set them back. You got to believe they have a couple more wins with a healthy and an OB. But you know what? He's not there. You got to forget about it. You got to play. You got to play.
However, they were in the top 5 for a portion of the early part of the season. Now knocked away. Indiana comes away with it. So when healthy, they were a very, very confident team. Passing for Bryant, batted away. Man, it'll stay on this end.
They got 2 big-time wins that the committee's going to be excited to see. North Carolina and Kansas.
Yes. Kansas right away in the season opener.
Hit 15 threes in that game.
So Haas to the bench. 5:16 to play. Low-scoring game. Are you a little surprised by that?
Yeah, I'm very surprised by that. The pace of the game, but it's the defense, the intensity. You don't get that many open looks. Every basket, you got to work. Nice matchup inside Swanigan and Bryant.
Newkirk, powerful drive. Back out top. Shot clock at 5. Here's the jumper, Newkirk. Yes, all net on the triple.
Wide open, great look. Get the ball to the baseline. Newkirk's been shooting the 3 exceptionally well the last couple of games. 8 for 14. Has a big trifecta. A little momentum. The crowd loves it. Oh, baby, to say we smell a W. And all 4 is running wild up there on the clock. There's the kick out to Newkirk. There it is, reverse it to him. Blackman reverses, and there's the jumper, baby. Nothing but nylon.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Wendy's, proud sponsor of the 2017 John R. Wooden Player of the Year, and USAA, insurance, banking, and investments tailored for the military community.
Dave O'Brien and Dickie V with you here from Indiana. And Dick, exactly what we expected. We've had 9 lead changes, 8 of them in this half.
Incredible. You know, I look at the Indiana team. The one guy they miss, Yogi Ferrell. He's such a leader. So happy. He just hooked up, signed a multi-year deal with the Dallas Mavericks. And he's really done well in his 10-day contract. He had some big games out of a 32-point game. Look at this here. Indiana overall. Take a look at their resume. Bad loss, that Fort Wayne loss. But most of all, 5 and 6 in conference play. They got to win some games. You know, Yogi Ferrell is with the Mavericks. You know who the owner is? Mark Cuban.
Yes.
You know where he went to school?
He went to school in Indiana. That's right.
So, little Indiana connection here. And he's played exceptionally well, and he's earned a month. Screen, they go opposite him.
Newkirk, little bump there, can't connect. Swanigan with a rebound, gets out of the double.
See, they got to realize right now, Bryant has been a hot hand. Get him some touches. Coming down the stretch, you want your top players to either win or lose the game for you. Right there, they go to Swanigan, kicks it back out. He's going to ball screen and release to the basket. Now release, he's got a mismatch inside with McRoberts guarding him.
Edwards has been a star here tonight with 21, and he keeps pouring it on.
He has really been so effective. I liked him when I had him in the Notre Dame game against the Irish. They were down big at halftime, and then Edwards played a key role along with Swanigan to get that game to turn around and beat the Irish.
Vince Edwards with 23 points, 7 out of 10 shooting. And has been huge tonight for the Boilermakers. Came in averaging 11 points per game. So he's doubled that and then some. The 6'8" junior out of Ohio. He's been huge. Thank you very much. Tied 57-57. Give you a tight shot here of the great Don Fisher, the legendary voice of the Indiana Hoosiers. You want to do yourself a favor. If you're driving through Indiana and the Hoosiers are playing, put the radio on and listen to this guy call a basketball game. Absolutely masterful. I think he's won the Indiana Sportscaster of the Year like 1,000 straight years.
Wow, I happen to know Don. He does a great job, and I'm glad you sung his praises. He's terrific.
As good as it gets.
Hey, the last 3 minutes here, this could be the biggest 3 minutes to Indiana's basketball season. Right here. They got to close this out with a win. Oh,
intended for Bryant, picked off by the Boilermakers.
Morgan on the floor with 4 fouls.
Edwards, well, it's a determined drive. Up and in by Vincent Edwards, who continues to crash the glass.
Does a great job with the offensive rebound. Indiana 5 and 6 in conference play. Purdue 8 and 3. Right now trying to get one-on-one inside. They want Bryant going against Swanigan. Going to give a little help. I mean, he's got him one-on-one.
Some contact, forced it up, can't get it to go.
Great second effort, though.
And another whistle, a foul here against Purdue. Swanigan, one time here.
Swanigan really played him tough on the initial drive.
Yeah, but that's his 4th foul.
Yeah, and it was great rebound right now here by keeping the ball alive.
Well, that looked like goaltending on the other end.
Yeah, they missed a little goaltend right there. But Edwards finished it off anyway for the score. Look at Swanigan talking to the officials. Said, come on now, give me a break. He's got 4.
So it's hang-on time for him. Bryant to the line. Under 3 minutes to go. Purdue with 2 timeouts and Indiana with 3 timeouts remaining.
Crucial to make free throws down the stretch here. You're at winning time now. Every point is big. They're going to lock up.
Swanigan up high. Remember, he can hit the long-range shot too. So can Matthias. He'll launch it. He can't hit.
Oh, you can't let the little guy
Edwards.
Rebound.
How about that board?
You can't allow that to happen. Blackman right there allowed him to get that offensive rebound, the little guard. What a big possession by the Boilers.
I mean, Thompson's 5'10".
Oh, you can't allow that to happen.
It's his first bucket of the game.
What a big bucket, too. Major. Doubling up right now, Bryant.
Bryant off the fake. He sticks it.
Big basket. Thomas Bryant. Gets a little space with a ball fake. Now they need a defensive stop. Thompson's an excellent ball handler. His assist-to-turnover ratio is outstanding. He and Edwards in the backcourt. Oh, nice entry.
Swanigan got in deep there and a whistle. And Bryant is livid. Absolutely livid. He picks up his 4th foul.
Was a tremendous pass by Edwards into the post. A lost art. Shows the ability to get the ball, a bounce pass. Great pass to use. Oh, I don't know about a foul there. I don't know about a foul. I mean, you could blow that all day. I don't blame Thomas Bryant being upset.
So Swanigan to the line, front rims that. 61-59 Purdue.
It's a low-scoring game. I thought it was going to be in the 80s when it came out. They missed both.
Rebound tip. Vince Edwards going airborne, but right back over to the Hoosiers. Here they come.
Get an opportunity there with him missing both those free throws.
Blackley gave up the dribble, Dick.
They're going after it in the post. They each got 4 fouls, Bryant and Swanigan. See, right now, Swanigan will not check him. I would get the ball to Bryant. I would bring the ball to the post. Screen, release to the goal, Bryant. Release.
Newkirk on the baseline. Out high, shot clock down to 2. Blackman had it batted away. Thompson with the theft and a whistle with 1:12 to go.
Not a good play again by Blackman right there. Not a good play.
He'll pick up the foul.
Fouls him 80 feet from the basket. Here it is right here. Now he's going to. Defense does a great job on him, and now he's frustrated, reaches in. As soon as that hand goes, the whistle goes, and to the free throw line. They're not in the, what do you call it?
It was team foul number 6.
Yeah, not in a bonus.
So 1:12 remaining.
He got away with it there. He's going to play Blackman offense, defense. Takes him out. Concrete trying to get the crowd fired up. Oh, these are big minute for Indiana.
And a timeout, Purdue. So Matt Painter takes it. His team leading by 2 points.
Coming off a big win with it, 1 down the stretch in the last seconds against the Terps.
Look at Newkirk. He took a shot right there above the eye. Give you an idea of how physical the game has been throughout tonight. Coming up after Oregon against UCLA, it's Sports Center at night with Scott Van Pelt. Plenty to break down from a night of great college basketball. Golf at Pebble Beach, plus scores and highlights right after Oregon and UCLA.
I'll tell you what, I know David Pash and Bill Walton are going to be all fired up. They do such a great job. The Ducks coming off that smashing of Arizona. And you look at UCLA, they could score. Lonzo Ball. I don't know about his brother getting 92. I sort of agree with Charles Barkley. He's playing at half court. It's unbelievable. Just release it up. I have a problem with that, as Charles does as well.
So here's a look at the reset now, Dick. Indiana keeping 3 timeouts. Purdue's down to their last 1. And the Hoosiers have the possession arrow as they trail by 2.
Incredible right now for Indiana. When you look at your season, these Hoosier fans hanging there, nervous wreck.
Yeah, if Indiana loses now, they drop
5-7.
They drop to 5-7 in the conference.
And play Michigan.
And Michigan at 15-10 overall, and they can really feel it slipping.
Absolutely.
I mean, the opportunity to go to the tournament.
Well, Joe Lunardi had him the last 4 in. Probably lose here to be the last 4 out. Purdue's won 5 of their last 6.
They've done that with Caleb Swanigan showing up big, but he has no field goal attempts in the last 15 minutes.
Oh, nice release right there.
They get it to him, and he makes it, and he'll be at the line.
What a nice play drawn by the coaches.
How about that? His first shot attempt
Unbelievable.
in 15 minutes.
They go inside to the big fella, and he delivers. He screens, he releases, goes to the goal, keeps good balance in the lane, and has the strength to score.
A huge shot there, and Morgan has fouled out with 7. 7 points for Jawan Morgan, but he is done. Also chipped in with 6 rebounds.
Well, right now, you're looking at 1:02, you're down 4, they were on the free throw line. This becomes really a tough time. They must score Indiana in the next possession. They must score.
Now it's a team that can really shoot 39% beyond the three-point line, almost 50% as a team. So they're never out of it. Plenty of time here, over a minute to play.
You know, Swanigan's done really a good job all year shooting free throws, but tonight he struggled a little bit here. Last time he was there, he threw up 2 that no chance to go in.
He's 3 out of 7, but he makes that for the three-point play.
That was a big three-point play. Here's the possession, as big as it gets for the Hoosiers right now.
Down by 5.
This possession is a must. Whether it be a deuce or 3, they got to score.
Blackman has had a quiet second half. Bryant squaring up on Swanigan. Goes toe-to-toe with him. That one rolled in. And a whistle on the play. It's going to be an offensive foul. At least one official had an offensive foul.
No, they're going to huddle up. One called it a block, one called it an offensive foul.
There's a disagreement on this.
Both guys, they're going to huddle up here. There's a big call right here.
Pat Driscoll.
It's a big call.
Paul Sells.
I thought it was a charge. I thought it was a charge.
Yep, Paul Sells had it as a charge. Lamont Simpson, the third official. And now they get together for a giant moment in the game with 44.5 seconds to play.
It is a major call. If it goes against Indiana, you can almost seal this W for Purdue.
Take a look.
I don't know about you, but you got 2 eyes. I got 1. I thought he definitely dropped the shoulder right into him. Oh, I think he charged.
I would agree.
I thought he charged. They can't go to the monitor and check that either. You cannot go to the monitor and check that for a decision on whether it's a charge or block.
You see Biggie Swanigan going down on his back.
What did he call? Whoever he called it on's fouled out of the game, too. There's the indecisive right there. Very indecisive.
Personal foul is a double foul.
Well, they're calling a double foul.
The look on Brian's face. I don't know. Do you know what he called?
A double foul.
Oh, he called a double one?
Yes.
Cop out. That's a cop out.
Well, let's get Lamont Simpson to come over and explain this as you watch the replay.
Double foul, both players.
Both players fouled on the play. All right, so a double foul. They both foul out. How about that?
I have a problem with that call. I really do, Obi. I think that is strictly, they weren't sure, they called it on both.
Take another look, and you were absolutely convinced that it was a charge. And look at the difference of opinion. A block.
Yep.
And Sells had it as a charge.
So then they went the political route, and both guys have fouled out of the game. Well, now you got to play.
So the two bigs.
You don't shoot these either. There's no shooting.
Yep, those offset. No shots here. Fascinating to see this. Two officials right on top of it could have very different looks at it, very different opinions.
Well, different angles, but I'm telling you, I thought he ran him over.
Indiana with it, trailing 64-59.
Got to score.
And that's going to be a blocking foul.
Well, you don't want to foul if you're Purdue because you stop the clock and give them a chance to put points on the board.
Foul beyond Dakota Mathias, his third.
Well, the one advantage Purdue has, Swanigan fouls out, but you bring in Haas, who averages 13 a game, 7'2".
This is going to be 2 shots.
He's got to make both. Got to make both to make it a one-possession game.
Robert Johnson, good foul shooter, 79%. The junior from Richmond, Virginia.
Well, we've had a great one here. Very intense, very energetic. Both clubs playing hard. Look at Swanigan and Bright on the sideline. 2 stars. I've often said I'd like to see to go to 6 fouls. Too many times these stars are out of the game because of whistles. He converted, did his job. Now they got to come up with a defensive stop.
Indiana takes the timeout. 30-second timeout. to 61.
Yeah, I would love to see them go to 6 fouls, Obi. And the game has changed. The players are bigger, more physical, but the dimensions of the court have remained the same. And too many times you have stars sitting on a sideline.
Yes. Yes, Pat Driscoll came over and let us know again about the offsetting double foul, and no shots on that. 38.9 to play. And another look at this tremendous rivalry over the years. Purdue with the advantage, although Indiana has won 5 national crowns, and the Boilermakers still trying to win their first.
Two guys look so young there. Looking at Bob Knight and Gene Katie. Big
smiles, too.
Yep, great smiles. Had great respect for each other. Here we go down the wire. Defensive stop is a must here. A must by the Hoosiers. Go to a little full court pressure.
Again, Purdue is an excellent foul shooting team, 76%.
Yeah, you can't put them on the foul line. You got to come up with a stop here. They double up on the ball.
And they do foul Thompson, who makes 74%.
Stop the clock, go to the free throw line. Game comes down to simplicity of making free throws.
So it'll be a 1-and-1 here. 36.4 on the clock. And Thompson, the junior from Indianapolis, at the line.
Outstanding ball handler, leader.
Yeah, number 2 in the nation in assist to turnover ratio, and very confident on that one.
Stepped up there with a lot of confidence. Makes it now a 2-possession game.
Indiana team that can hit the three-point shot. May have to here down the stretch. He makes 1 of 2. Hoosiers come away. Newkirk quickly into the offensive end. Tried the scoop shot. Knocked away. And a foul in the paint with 27.5 seconds to go.
Wow. Wow. Purdue can't believe it. Put him on the free throw line.
That'll go against Matthias of Purdue.
Here we go. Look at this. He's going to spin to the lane. He missed it. Comes the offensive rebound. Ball's alive. And then going to call contact right there in the lane. And now gets down to the free throw line.
So Blackman at 80%. And missing on the first one.
He's had a tough second half here. And Creed demonstrating follow through. Follow through. Now they got to get again. The defensive stop. They're going to try to double up.
3-point game in for Thompson. Fouled by McRoberts there on the side with 25.5 to go.
Thompson, a lot of confidence, huddling up his teammates. They've won a lot of close games. They find a way to win. They got that winner's mentality. As Tom Crean knows how.
The Boilermakers, you make a great point, have had 6 games decided by 5 points or less. So they really are battle-tested there.
Yeah. Indiana's got a day with Michigan, who just beat Michigan State by like 30 or whatever the margin was. But they've also Michigan beat Indiana earlier this year by 30. It's not the kind of game you want to go into at 5-7 in the conference.
Thompson really smooth at the line. So the lead back to 5.
Pressure on the ball to make him take some time off the clock.
And a timeout, Indiana. 22.4 to play.
They just lost a tough game. Indiana to Wisconsin. Look at her face, tells it all. You know, her team's not winning.
Now, Purdue, some of these very close games that they have played. These are the losses now, just by 3 to the defending national champion Villanova, who was ranked number 3 at the time. Lost in overtime against Minnesota. Lost by 3 points at Nebraska. They've had a lot of close wins, too.
Well, if you're Indiana, you like to have the Nebraska game back. Nebraska beat them on this home floor. They're like 13-2 at home, and they lost to Nebraska here at Assembly Hall.
A look at Indiana's upcoming schedule now.
Wow.
Michigan, and on the road at Minnesota and Iowa.
Wow.
They will finish up at Purdue on ESPN on February 28th.
They got 5 games. There's not one cupcake there.
No.
There's not one game you can look there and say they got a sure win.
And Northwestern's been in the top 25. They look like they're going to the NCAA tournament.
Absolutely.
Been an outstanding season. This could well be a devastating loss for Indiana. You talk about the tournament and about March coming up.
They lost a tough game to Wisconsin the other day by 5. Played them tough. But that doesn't get you in the tournament. They don't have a section that says they played them tough. You got to win these games.
Well, still time, and they have the ball. In for McRoberts. Newkirk. Johnson. They're running a lot of clock here. On the drive, the scoop won't drop, and a nice follow by McSwain.
McSwain's giving him solid performance. He's worked hard.
Now looking for a turnover.
Oh.
Edwards. And he'll be fouled from behind to stop the clock with 9.2 to go.
Well, it just comes down to free throws. If Purdue makes their free throws, as their numbers say they normally do, as a team, they're going back to West Lafayette with a W.
They've made 15 out of 20 tonight. So it'll be 2.
That's about their ratio. 76%, 15 out of 20. My math tells me that's 75%.
Carson Edwards at the line. That's what he makes, 75%. But that one will roll off.
That is the big one right here. He's the one that can make a true possession game. Well, if every guy was as dedicated and played with the passion that Tom Crean coaches with. Wow.
Huge shot, obviously, for Edwards. Trying to get it to a 4-point lead, and he does.
Indiana can't take the time off. They're going to put some pressure on him to make him take some time off.
McRoberts.
Got to get it up.
Johnson, no. Rebound tipped. Controlled by Vince Edwards as he fires it in the air. There was a whistle. 0.1 still showing on the clock.
Celebration, baby. Down in West Lafayette, they're going to be celebrating. They're going to be celebrating.
So the fans begin to head for the exits while the star, Biggie Swanigan, will begin to celebrate here.
He's such a team player. He doesn't care about scoring. He cares about winning. He has really dedicated himself this year. What a tremendous year he has had.
A strong game before he fouled out, but Vince Edwards was really the star tonight.
Yep.
Although he misses on that one. 68-64, a lower scoring game than we anticipated. Edwards has 25 points.
My friend, as Howard Cosell used to say, you got a scoop if they can win this, baby.
Yes.
You got yourself a scoop.
69-64, and that does it. There's the horn. And the Boilermakers with a big win come to Indiana and knock off their rivals, the Hoosiers, 69-64. For Dickie B and our entire crew, thanks so much for joining us. SMU and Temple coming up next with Adam and Len.